Yada da da yada da da da. Yada da da da. Yada da da yada da da dum. Yada da yada da da dum. Yada da da da. Yada da 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 dum. Yada da da da. Yada da da da. Yada da 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 da. Yada da 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 dum. Yada da 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 da. Ya ba ba ya ya da da dum. Yada da home. Ya ba ba ya 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 da da. Yada da da da. Yada da da da. Yada da 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 dum. Ya ba ba ya ya. Yada da 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 dum. Those peanut butter pretzels are a blessing and a curse. Anyway, so that's how it is. There we go. Much better. Toilet LC, you remove the cap with your teeth. Yes, I get in trouble all the time. My wife also is always chronically or continuously yelling at me about just that, which is don't use your teeth to do whatever it is that it is. Cut the tags off things and all kinds of things. I'm always getting in trouble from that. So here we are, Erev Tov. It is a crazy weather day today. Downpouring, super sunny, downpouring again, stormy tonight. I don't know. It's kind of, maybe it's the tears of heaven saying, what is going on in this world that we're living in? What is going on in the world that we're living in? I just keep trying to imagine what peace would look like, what peace would feel like. And I can't see that picture. I can't imagine it even, just because it's so far in the past. And was it even peaceful before? What we thought was peace, and yet it really, maybe that wasn't even peace itself, but it felt much better than it feels right in these moments. So let's end our day 34 with a little bit of gratitude. Gratitude today to be alive, and to be able to remember those that aren't. The idea of Memorial Day is to really stop and think about our own lives and the blessings that are in them. And why do we have the blessings that exist is just the idea that, somebody else paved the way for us. And so that paving of the way includes not just our ancestors, but it totally includes those that protect us and that protected us and that will continue to protect us. But Memorial Day is the strong reminder of those whose efforts were notable, and also those who have died, even if they didn't die in the stream of war, of fighting, of combat, but they risked to live their lives at all for our freedom. And so we remember them. And so that's gratitude in itself. Hey, we're existing. We have a place to be. We have a home to live in. And then we also think at the same time about the Middle East and about Israel and about all that goes on there. And yes, they have their own Memorial Day. But the truth is, we think about just innocent lives. We think about, the IDF and the soldiers that are feeling like they're not even backed by the government that is on either side. And so could you imagine every day having to go to work thinking like this could be your last day? And so we lift them up with gratitude for their service, for their strength, for their ability to see something which is hopefully something better. Like they're fighting for something better for all people. Samantha, you're right. There hasn't been true peace. But there were times that felt a little bit more peaceful. And we long for those days. But we also long for better. So let's do some work for today. We're ending I keep thinking it's Sunday. I'm like, I have to put the garbage out. It's raining, but there is no garbage pickup tomorrow because here in Huntington, the town of Huntington, you don't get, when we lived in Nassau, it was like, you know what, whether it was a holiday or not, they always made up the day the next day. Here in Huntington, it doesn't happen. So that means no garbage pickup till Thursday. So that's a blessing and a curse, which is like you have to put your garbage bags in the garage because your cans are full and kind of things like that. So I'm grateful that the people that do the kind of jobs that maybe we don't want to do also got a day off today. Where's your gratitude in this moment? What was your day like? It's not Sunday, it's Monday. We're here on a Monday night to count again and to finish out yet another week, the week of Hod. So if you're grateful for something and you want to share it, please share it in the chat. If you're not feeling particularly grateful for this day, then perhaps you hold on to something, even if it's something minor. And if not, tomorrow is another day to see gratitude. We always, that in itself is gratitude, to realize that, hey, God willing, we'll get another day tomorrow, and that will be the blessing. But let's do the work together as we are in the week of Hod. As we're finishing it out, let's do a little bit. Let's add some sanctity to our lives. Let's find our place as we anticipate receiving Torah. What is Torah? Torah is lessons, is history. Torah is the way we live our lives, trying to connect the dots, trying to take an ancient text and bring it to the lessons that bring us peace and direction and focus and hope for our future. L'shem yichud kushabrichu ushchinte hineni muchanu mizuman likayem mitzvat haseh shel sfirat haomer shel sfirat haomer Shel Sfirat HaOmer, Shel Sfirat HaOmer, Baruch Ata Adonai, Eloheinu Melech HaOlam, Asher Kidshanu, B'mitzvotav V'tzivanu, Al Sfirat HaOmer, Al Sfirat HaOmer, Al Sfirat HaOmer, Al Sfirat HaOmer, Hayom Chamisha U'Shloshim Yom, Shehem Chamisha Shavuot, LaOmer. This is the 35th day, totaling 5 weeks of the Omer, 5 complete weeks for our connection. Week 3, week 4, week 5. We know that when we end each week in a place of divine presence, in the place of Malchut or Shekhinah, the presence of oneness, the sovereignty or the queendom, or the nobility, the leadership, that which is a sense of belonging. Knowing that whatever we bring to the world matters. That we have the ability to make a difference. That we have an ability to show up in a world that is ours. That we have this unique sense of belonging. And so today is day 35, the last day. The last day of this week of Hod. The last day in the week of simplicity, humility, majesty, gratitude, awe. The last day, Shechina Sheba Hod, this flow of gratitude within presence. The earth is filled with glory. Our lives are filled with goodness, even sometimes when we don't see it clearly. As we notice blessings and we give thanks, we create this indwelling place, a place within ourselves for the divine presence to live within us. We've discussed this before, but as a reminder, when we are born, it is said that when we take that first breath, the soul enters our body, and God willing, we cry. We're not crying because we got a soul. We're crying because we are alive. And so it is said that neshama, that soul that finds its way into us, is a dwelling place of, or is the, I wouldn't say carbon footprint, I would say the DNA. It is the thumbprint, the fingerprint of our soul is that of the divine. We say all the time, oh, there's a God spark in each and every human, and that is part of that spark. Sometimes we can see it easy. Sometimes we need, a magnifying glass, and sometimes even a microscope to see that spark in some people. But it exists. No matter how rotten the person is or how amazing, tremendous the person is, the God spark is there. That is this idea of being grateful for the blessings that we have is our direct connection. It's a direct connect. It is instant connection with the dwelling place for the presence of the mystery of divine light and love. And so in the book of Micah, we read, and there's a lot of music written around this, there's a lot of prayer written around this, but in the book of Micah we read, walk humbly with your God. Walk humbly with your God. When we walk humbly, sometimes physically walking in nature, or just living our lives as it unfolds for us, we're reminded of being the caretaker of that which is the world in which we live. To be caretakers in nature, okay, it seems very straightforward. There are things like, preservation of earth and the carbon footprint and how we recycle and how we plant, and like this kind of thought process seems really simple. I mean, it's not hard. It's hard to do, but in theory, it's simple. It's easy. Walking humbly in that which is creation as a caretaker of that place seems not so hard. But if we were to think about walking humbly in a world that is fractured, in a world that is frightening, in the world that is filled with anti-Semitism and hate, it's hard for some of us to walk humbly. How humble could you be when the world doesn't want you to exist? And there's struggle in that. But there's also a thought of our obligation to hold on to that sense of responsibility. That too is part of our world. That too is part of our connection with something that comes from text, which is to walk humbly with your God. People are saying, oh, I can't believe God can do this, and for some practitioners of Judaism and other religions, they feel like they may feel, collectively we may feel, you can use whatever kind of word or attachment you feel comfortable with, like we're marionette puppets, right? Like God has this control and is kind of bending and moving, and we're kind of just following along. And there's others of us that think that, God's crying the same way we are in a world that is just not what it was meant to be. And then there's a lot of different beliefs in between those. That which is, we're in control. God gave us, this is your gift, this is your world, this is, humanity to live in it, animals, birds, all of the things that come with creation. Now I gave you this, so go do something good with it. Or God is controlling from the background all of what goes on. And so wherever you are in that spectrum of things, the idea of walking humbly just means that you take this responsibility. That say like, hey, I'm in partnership with the divine presence. There's a constant flow of gratitude. There's a constant flow of presence, divine presence within my life and all that goes around and along with it. Yes, there are moments where we have doubt. We all do. And if we didn't, like, this is, Judaism especially teaches you should question, because I don't know if I believe that. So have a discussion, question it, wonder why. We're given that idea, that chance, that opportunity to question. But there's something to be said about walking humbly, yes, but walking in a path or walking the path together. Together in a partnership with humanity and a partnership with God. And the reason we do so is because we are all interconnected. We all have purpose. We all know that the glory of God, the earth that is filled with glory, the goodness that is, the blessings that are for all of us. And we need to acknowledge that gratitude. When we wake up tomorrow morning, I want all of us to do this together. Well, not together because we're not waking up together or in the same place, because that would just be weird. But when you wake up tomorrow morning, it's 2 Hebrew words, but if you can't remember the Hebrew, you can certainly remember the English. Moda, modeh, or odeh, ani. One word. Moda, female, modeh. Modeh, male, odeh, for all. Ani. I am grateful. That's it. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Open your eyes tomorrow and say that first before your complaints, before all the things that hurt you, before the coffee didn't go on when it was supposed to, before your shower, before you brush your teeth, before you do anything else, before you get up to walk the dog, as you sit up in your bed, on your couch, in your recliner, wherever you sleep, I am grateful. Our practice for this 35th day, Shechina Shebahod, this flow of gratitude, is 10 times during the day. So you're starting the first one when you open your eyes in the morning, from your bed, before you move. Before you move, you're going to say, I am grateful, or modeh, moda, or odeh ani, if you can remember it. I am grateful. That's the first one. Then you need 9 additional, so it's a 10 total day of gratitude. We hold ourselves accountable for 2. This is 10. We're going to do the first one when we wake up. Then 9 other times during the day, we want to stop for a moment, just a moment, and give thanks. Offer gratitude for whatever it is to someone, because you ate something, because you saw something, because you heard something, because you touched something, whatever it is. Offering praise for an insight in a moment of connection, a moment of love, is to show that there is a flow of gratitude within us. That there is a divine presence living within us, allowing us to feel the gratitude that is. And here's the challenge. when we come back here tomorrow night, I want us each to be able to type those 10 things in the chat. We don't really usually do that, and I don't push for it. And I don't say, did you do your homework? Because that's for you to do. But I want there to be a moment of flow of gratitude before we count tomorrow night, the next day. Some of us share our gratitude and some of us don't, and that's all good. But tomorrow I want to push us a little bit further, a little bit forward. Because if we're really closing out week 5 and we really only have 2 weeks left, it's time to, as Reb Zalman Schachter Shlomi, Rabbi Jay's Rebbe of blessed memory, said something once that's just stuck, which was, be shy on your own time, not on God's time. So I hope that you're going to come back tomorrow night to share 10, which means like you have to think about doing it, commit to it, do it, and then be able to hold on to that gratitude, those 10 bits of gratitude. I woke up, I already did one for you. We have 9 more, that maybe we can share that tomorrow night together so that we can truly end the day by saying, I am grateful for this list of things. And I'm sure that there's way more than that, but we just want 10. The first 10 that you did. Psalm 135, verses 1 through 3 on day 35. Say, offer praise for all that is. Stand in the service and offer praise. Be in each moment and offer praise. Let your soul sing. Feel all the goodness and offer praise. Offering praise is a moment that reminds us of how connected we are. Offering praise reminds us that we are taking on this responsibility as a caretaker. Caretakers of each other, of our own lives, of our little circle of network of people, in our bigger circles, all the way from us throughout humanity. We are the caretakers of our own gratitude and the flow which goes between us and the divine presence. We are one human family, one heart of abundant love. We have a lot of gratitude for one another. We love each other. We show up for each other. We continue to count together, to be counted upon. And as we count, let that flow of gratitude flow between us freely. And we say, Amen. That is awesome gratitude, Bonnie. And I am grateful for that as well. And thank you for sharing it for sure. To all our beloved family and friends and dear ones, we say Laila Tov, a good night. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, I am grateful. Modeh, Moda, Odeh, Ani. I am grateful. I am grateful for all of you. Let's have a good night. Laila Tov. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Od Avinu Chai. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 9:30. Tomorrow night, 9:30. Let's keep counting together.